Right guys, we've been through a bit of stuff. We've got some other series on more involved tools, but I've shortened it right now to the cheapest I think you can possibly paint a room with. Standard bedroom. We've got a roller pole, as we said before. It's when extended, roughly 3 foot or a metre, so but it can come back in and do your hallways with it. We've got that. We've got your 11mm roller sleeve, just a synthetic one because they're easier for you guys to use. Not expensive. We've got a roller frame. You don't have to buy an expensive one. You can buy a lot cheaper than this. We've got our brush, which was under $10 or around $10. Sometimes you might have to pay a bit more depending on where you are, but realistically, we've found these at the trade depots and they're great. We used to use a lot more expensive ones, but these are very much cheaper than the last ones we're using. So they're a great brush. We've got a paint pot, or you can even use a can that you're tipping out of it, that's fine. A gallon can or a 4 litre can. We've got the inexpensive stirring stick that was off a louver door, cost nothing. So we'll just put these things to the side. Just get a small amount of interior powder filler or pre-made. These are pre-made, and you squeeze the tube and they'll come out the end when you take the end off. So that'll just come out the end, mix it up, away you go. It's already mixed, sorry, but you just want to work it to make it consistent. We've got our hooded roller tray. Remember, we grabbed the one with the 2 handles if you can. Just makes it easy. Just think of those things. Just makes it really easy. And I guess if you wanted to dry it out, you could always hang it from upside down. So a really good thing with the 2 handles, especially for you guys. Just so that when you move it around, you're not used to carrying them, and it'll really help you prevent trips or falls with that and make a mess. Just a sanding block, I suggest. You can just get sandpaper if they don't have one of these. You can get a fine medium, a medium coarse if you've got really bad things, but a fine medium. You can use this throughout your job. It'll really work well, and it saves you buying a heap of sandpaper. So that's just an inexpensive way of doing it. Some sort of filling blade, of course, to fill your holes or chips with your filler. So you can also get plastic ones that are really inexpensive, save yourself some money. A corking gun or a gap filler gun. So again, not very expensive. These are about $6. So really not very expensive. You'll probably get them cheaper where you are. And then just a tube of gaps to run around your edges. So you can fill your edges, we can sand, away we go. You just have to wash up your brush and your roller between walls and ceiling. That's that. The only other thing we did talk about was a good drop sheet. Now if you don't have one of these, you can just use normal sheets, old bed sheets. Just be careful that paint doesn't drip through onto your carpet. Maybe double them up or something, because these do have a bit of a water resistant quality. So I estimate that depending on what you've got now, if you have none of this, I estimate I could go out and buy all this except for the drop sheet, because they are about $20, $30. But even with the drop sheet, you should be able to get away for under $100, and you should be able to pick it up basically if you went on the cheap for about $50. So for $50, you could paint out a room, and just remember you're not throwing that away, or bar the usables, like the tube of gaps. You keep the gun, you keep the pot, you keep the brush. If you look after it all, you can do many a room with it in the future. Help out your friends, help out your kids, whatever it is you want to do. So there you go, that's a cheap kit, ready to go. Go grab that from the hardware, grab some paint and let's get into it.